6 years ago, I worked for a company briefly, and they sought me out. That's what was the crazy part. And because they offered more money, I was like, oh, great, go work for them. Met this girl, and they kind of warned me, saying that she's nonverbal, and, they used a lot of jargon. So you're already programmed to think that they're not capable. But I always go in there with a blank slate, and I met this little girl, and she looked so tortured. And by the end of the day of spending it with her, I felt so bad, because here she was stuck for 8 hours at school, and she was in a very particular ABA program where she worked on beating, or she worked on knocking, it was just so basic. And they actually physically, part of her therapies, they put her in one of the body socks because it was good for the, all the stimulus, and she would go into the corner and fall asleep. And I even remember the teacher saying, like they're relieved, we don't have to deal with her for the next hour. And those comments, like, they don't register it because they're so used to it, but for me, I was just flabbergasted that this poor little girl has to deal with that. We had a meeting, and I pulled one of my directors aside, and I said, I just wanted to talk to you about one of the kiddos I'm working with. I'm not comfortable with the progress. And while I've looked over the notes, I looked at the data, and I really think that we could do more. I think that she's capable. I think right now it's just, we're just babysitters, and this little girl she's frustrated. And not only that, but her peers are afraid of her because they've made the stigma that she's not safe to be around. And I said, I would feel awful going to school. I'd feel so awful. Basically told me, suck it up, this is what we do. They were happy that they had the contract, and it didn't matter if there was progress with the kid, it meant that they were getting the money. Went home and thought it over, and ethically knew that I could not stay. I couldn't continue. That little girl kind of haunted, because it's like you have that feeling of like I gave up and I should have kind of helped her. So funny thing is, 6 years later, I come here and they said, you're going to be working with this person. As I went into the room and I saw her, I was like, oh my gosh. But the crazy thing is that she still had a lot of the behaviors as far as her behaviors, but instead of them being negative, you work with them. And I saw a little girl that people were afraid of. I saw a little girl that wasn't capable of sitting in front of a computer. I saw a little girl that would scream and bite and scratch, sit for 2 hours and type, and was wanting to learn. Like, show me how to type my name. Show me. Horse, cats, show me. And that's the amazing thing, is it was a celebration. A full circle. Thank God.